Inventale Red Bull, perché la Red Bull. Perché se c'è le petrolio mo, like, ebile a ba o tšhelele, bona ebile a ba o thotse le fastere, baby. Bongo a Red Bull. It's not cute now that I've just done it. Nah, I could cute now. Let's get into it. First of all, I'm just being a messy bitch. But come on, what's new? Couple of things. This is happening because she's pretty. Okay, I'm just here to set the record straight. Let's not, okay, mock the fuck about and act like what is happening isn't what's happening. This does not happen if she does not look like that. This virality over some like by conversation that she's having with her boyfriend. What am I talking about? Okay, let's have a look.
baby.
A garage.
Leila.
No, I think anything. Isn't it?
Oh yeah, ndilwa kodwa.
Kandongo?
Ubona galela apha ungithengele iRed Bull.
Andibe ndithenge iRed Bull ekhona endlini.
Nene ujike uzeka.
Na, ndasayina i-contract nala garage bayizansi. Sebenza kuhle.
Abahlambeli ne-windscreen. Abagalela namanzi. Uyazenzela yonke loo nto. Yangikhwelisa. Hayibo lo muntu. Unoyishe Red Bull ke for long.
No, baby, andizokuthela Red Bull, man. Sabi imali.
Ukwendiphile imali izolo nje.
No.
Sindinayo.
Rich gang.
Baby, when I tell you people were perplexed, all in the comments asking, why is this trending? Like, why is this trending? Why? I don't understand why. Some of you were acting dizzy, acting like you don't know why it's trending. Others were really actually like, this everyday conversation is, what about it? But some of you knew. Some of you knew that it was going to start because you know that trad wife shit is like seeping into the black spaces. Like I'm hearing a lot of chatter as well with the South African girls, right? Around it's the Nara Smith shit. Okay, since she's gone viral for making cereal or whatever the hell she's done, and I think she's like South African born, actually from Bloom, I think. Oksalayo. Oh, girl is there on the internet inventing dairy and making stuff from scratch. That's her little shtick. And her kids just like are always hungry for something that she needs to make from scratch. Since Onara has entered like the space and the economy is sitting the way it's sitting and people can't afford to live, especially everybody's like, I just need a man who's gonna take care of me. So we're not thinking straight anymore. And like literally the two are married. I know we don't see it. I know it feels like I'm reaching. I'm not. That softness thing that she's doing, Olantoza Orebohan, that she's doing in this video. I'm not saying it's an act. It really could just be who she is. I'm in no way like questioning their dynamic or whatever she's doing. But that's that shit that they tell us, oh, if you behave like this, you get the man. In her case, everybody keeps saying, oh, she's so humble. It's like literally a minute clip. How the fuck are you getting humble from Repo, Awagaleli, like humble? Also, I think South Africans just don't know what words mean. I'm sorry. I am so convinced you guys don't know what. Oh my God, I'm yelling. I have a mic now. Shit. Let me hear from. Ooh. Yella, I got a mic and maybe I should put it lower. Maybe I should put it lower because I'm already a person who yells. Did I even need one? I thought I did. I thought I wasn't like, I don't know. We think things we shouldn't think is anyway, back to what it is that I was talking about. Bohan. The part nobody's saying out loud, the part that they're whispering is that if you are considered an ugly bitch, it doesn't matter how humble you act. And I see the girls in the comments trying to push back. The thing, you guys allow men to bait you and rope you into these conversations when, first of all, they aren't even qualified to have the conversation with anybody, not a damn body. And then you all allow them to rope you in, like, oh, every man deserves a girl who's gonna speak to them soft like this. It's literally a minute of these people's lives. Like, outside of what they decide they're going to share with us on the internet, we don't know what the fuck life that they live in, but we've decided that this man has this sweet woman all the time. She's like this and she's so humble. And why can't we be more like her? You know, be his peace. Okay, he's a literal fucking demon, but you need to be his peace. So they're roping you guys in, preying on your insecurities because they're not saying, they say it at the end, but they're not saying the obvious thing initially. Everybody's playing it up as a character thing and a mannerism thing and oh, she's so demure thing, right? Like, before they decide that they're gonna say the very loud part out loud. Oh, she's fucking pretty. She's fucking pretty. And she, unlike the rest of you fucking uglies, which is what they want to say, she could actually be rude and we would understand why she's being rude and arrogant because she looks like that. But you, fugly, you don't know how to behave. But watch her. Watch the pretty girl. And it's fucking with you all in the I see it. I see it. Come on now. It's fucking with you guys in the comments and you're defending yourselves and you're saying, oh my God, every girl can be like this if you were like her boyfriend. If you provided a space for me to be, yeah, yeah, yeah. They know they aren't that. They don't want to be that either. They just want access to you for doing no work. That's what this conversation is. They're gonna, and you guys do it, right? Watch bitches contort themselves the fuck out of shape, okay, get like pink when she's on concert, up on those fucking fabrics in the air. Watch them. Watch them start to do stuff in the name of this is what men want and they want to be chosen. Who pick me? They're about to engage in some of this. Oh, I need to start being soft-spoken. Like, all the trad wives speak like this. All the voiceovers are like, yeah, so like I made it from scratch. My children woke up very hungry today, and so I decided to. I spent literally more time in the kitchen than I could ever explain to you. Truly, I can. And I fucking oath, I say to you, we don't speak like that, especially in the kitchen. Have you seen Gordon Ramsay? Because that's what the fuck people do in kitchens, like real life. So everybody's in drug. Okay, let me not veer off. Let me not do that. But you all are about to like bait yourself, do all man, manipulate the fuck. Don't do it thinking you're gonna get treated well. If you just behave right, it's gonna happen for you. These men want you to behave like this with no change happening to them. The men that you're engaging in these comments over this video, right? They are saying you're ugly, okay? You need to behave. No, I'm not going to be kind to you. I'm not going to drive you to work like this man is driving this girl to work and pick her up. I'm not going to constantly say nice things to you and make you laugh and be silly and goofy with you. I'm not going to do all of that. I'm already the prize. Like, my existence is the thing. There's no need for me to do any improvements on me. You just need to behave like this girl because I deserve that. It's also the deservedness. Like, they're all carrying on like they deserve a hand like this. Guys, I've been laughing. I have been laughing at the men saying, oh, she's this and she's that. And then there's all of that shit about like Edwin Sodi apparently offering her, allegedly offering her large sums of money to sleep with her for her birthday and how she chose her man. That's the other thing. The quiet part that they, or rather the very loud part that they keep trying to make like it's not as loud as it should be. It's like, oh, and also to the pretty girls that can leverage their pretty, okay, and enter into transactional relationships, and we can dissect that on a different day. Don't do that. Give us fucking losers a chance so we can say you're humble and sing your praises like this girl. I used to be friends with a pretty girl who just did not date like a pretty girl. Like, that hypergamy shit wasn't happening for her. In fact, she allowed meant to do all types of things to her, but I don't want to get into this. And none of it was ever a fault, and I'll never say that. But this is a pretty segue. I thought of her when Charlamagne the God, we're moving on now. When Charlamagne the God said about Reesa Teesa, first of all, acting like he hasn't seen her. Shut the fuck up. She was all up our timelines for like a solid weekend, and she still is. Out of my face. He said Jess Hilarious is now a co-host on that show that they have over there. Remember, Angela Yee left a while ago, and they were searching people out, and it seems like it's her spot, which was very, very fitting for her. She's ignorant enough. She fits in really. It's a match made in heaven. Like she can contribute to the ignorance like no other. Good on her. And she's there, and he says it comes up, and then Charlamagne is like, or does she have a big back? Because that sounds like a big back behavior. And she says, or she's like Sheila, the one that was driving up the mountain, from Why'd I Get Married? Tyler Perry's Why'd I Get Married? Remember, what's her name? Ginny from Philly played that role, and she had a fat suit on, and she was extra big when the movie started, and then they did a whole weight loss glow up thing at the end. Anyway, he says Reesa Teesa being that desperate is big back energy, or things that girls with big backs do. Now, you can see that I have a big back from over there. You can see that, right? Why are you all constantly obsessed with trying to humble people who are already the lowest in society? Like, what this woman said in her count of like her of events that transpired with this man of hers, right? This ex-husband, that she just wanted it to be her turn. She's had to deal with people saying to her in the comments how she somebody's like, well, you should have known because executives don't date people like you, right? First of all, people who usually say things like that don't know any executives. I've also realized. You just know some shit Kevin Samuels was saying online. You don't even have access to the people that you presume to know so much about off of some fucking hearsay. Okay? I'm just saying. Let's unpack that a little bit later. Not with me. I'm busy. Right? And then I thought of this friend of mine, and it's not just her. I have several friends who are petite and pretty. They hit all the things that they're supposed to hit on the scale of beauty, if you would like, and they still get done in, and they still also like ignore a lot of things in order just to find themselves partnered. How is this a big back like girl problem? And then he's come out now with some fake apology, talking about if every other minute, if what I said, because she went on a talk show, Tamron Horn, I think, or whomever. I don't watch the show. And she spoke about how it hurt because his platform is so big for him to say that. It's like now given, the trolls who already, because people are already starting to say things like that while she was doing all the many parts that came out before she even finished. And she addressed one of them. She's like, that's not a very nice thing to say. Why can't this woman just tell her story without you all trying to make like this is some experience exclusive to ugly and fat bitches? Because first of all, as I said, the pretties lie about their experiences because they are lied to and they believe the lie. They're told that they're better than us and this shit is not going to happen to them. Then they believe it to a point where when it happens to us, they think it makes sense. Obviously, I'm fat. It's okay. It suits me. It sits well on me. That shit like that should happen to me. And when it happens to them, they're in such disbelief that they just make up lies. Right? Because they can't say. They're too humbled. I said it to you in the Pretties Are Lying video. They're too humbled to come and say, you know what? Actually, I'm not that special. And the novelty of me did wear off. And this person is a dog. Because it's never your fault. Like the monster remains the monster. No amount of you being Bella will make the beast the prince. Like it's not a thing. Do you understand? So again, don't be baited into performing that act of thinking it's gonna make your man treat you and act a certain way. Continue to give them fucking hell. And if they ask you why you doing that, you let them know you're a Hadi on the internet said you can. Truly. Tell them, I sent you to raise hell. Don't do it. I see you guys, right? We want the softness. We want the nice things. And by the way, her life is very average. It's not soft like that. It's not this delusion you're all being fed by Shira that you're all gonna date some person with money and you're never gonna give anything of yourself to the relationship. Your presence is gift enough. She's in what seems like a realistic everyday relationship, right? Like I give, you give. She's not constantly taking and whatever. I think he asked her for money and he's like, this is the money then. Like, give me the money to get you the Red Bull sense. And then she goes, oh, didn't I just give you money yesterday? And she goes through a thing. That's an actual relationship, right? I understand that in like the effort to course correct, I say this all the time, for men using us, we're now way on the other end of the thing and we're like, we want to give nothing. That's not real life. In real life, sometimes you're buying bread. In real life, sometimes you pour petrol in your man's car who takes you to work because you're saying thank you and you're being considerate and you understand that it runs on fuel. Like that's a fucking relationship. That's the thing. Okay, I know I'm a bit all over the place with this video, but both these things have been running in my mind. The big back thing really did bother me. And as a girl who's been big like my whole life, I've been in situations where you learn, right? You learn over time what's happening when a group of guys are standing there sussing out your girl group and they're trying to figure out who has to keep the fat girl preoccupied because I'm apparently the ringleader or gatekeeper. Mind you, they know nothing about the dynamic in the relationship, right? Or they would do, it's one of two things, right? Either they like somebody has to take one for the team that day. It's usually the loser of the group, right? They already believe he can't get a girl who looks like Red Bull Han. So they're like, oh, you go keep that one company so she stays away from the pretty ones that we deserve. It's important that you understand that. It's never a question in the mind of whether or not they're good enough for you. It's a question, it's always an issue rather of, I want her, I'm going to have her. The deservedness of you, never in question. They're perfect, remember, they have a penis. That's all the qualifier they need, right? So keep me distracted. And I'm always annoyed because it's like, first of all, how are you assuming I like you? How? You can't hold a conversation and you think I like you. Because again, the baked in things that they try to put on us big bag girls, right? I have a big bag, therefore I must have a low self-esteem. I have body image issues. My esteem, on the other hand, I am not letting any old body have access to me. I don't care. And it's upsetting. It's upsetting because it's supposed to be baked in. It's like, because you're fat, my life should be easier with you in terms of pursuing you. I've gotten that kind of treatment. Like, why does she hold herself in such high esteem? Like, for a person is the kind of issues that I have, I've never played around about me. Like, and I don't know how to explain that. I've never felt the need to do when I'm in a situation with a person, like he's the prize and I must like no, I don't have that make, right? I have my issues, but I don't have the make of thinking a man is a prize and I'm gonna let him lie to me and act like, oh, I hate fucking lies. Me, I'll confront you about a lie. I'm sorry. I will confront you now about the lie and I will not let it go. I'm a dog with a fucking bone with that stuff. Do you understand? So if they're not sending the loser friend to keep you or you take her, the thing that they do, and if you're a young woman and they're doing this to you, don't fall for it, right? They think that they do because they're very fragile, we know that, and they're afraid of rejection. What they do is they come to you and they're like, oh, your friend so and so, tell her I like her. Like they make it your job to shell out on their behalf, right? And now you don't want to be the ugly, fat, jealous friend. So you put in the work, essentially doing all the work for them. Okay. And being a buffer at the same time. Don't be a fucking chaser, bitch. Okay. That's what they do. And then you fall for it because you don't want to come across as jealous that the boy is not giving you attention and you're not getting chosen. Now you work overtime to link this already attractive person who can get anybody she wants with this person who might not have anything to offer at all. Most of the times they have nothing to offer. That's why they came through you, because they knew they couldn't state a good case for themselves. So they are relying on your low self-esteem and your need to try and prove that your esteem is not in the dumpster to go and put forward a good case for them. There's this one friend of mine, my really, really good friend. When I tell you, I've been asked, we've been friends since we're 15. I don't know how many fucking times boys have asked me, where is she? Where is so and so? Let me tell you something. If you matter to her, you would know where the fuck she is and she'd call you. You don't count. And you don't matter. You never come up in conversation. And I talk to this girl every day. Hey, Mang, and I say all the time, when you see her, do you ever ask her, where's that fat friend of yours? No. No, they don't. They do not. Charlamagne was dead wrong for saying what he said. His apology is not an apology. I am glad she spoke out the way she does. And I'm also very proud of her for saying yes to every opportunity that's coming her way and enjoying it and relishing in it, because she could have been shamed into like hiding out and being like, I can't go out into the public. I can't do these photo shoots. I can't go on this talk show and speak my mind. I can't ride this wave that I've created for myself because people are talking so nasty about me. But again, right? She's looking this way and she's done all the work. So her self-esteem is over here and it's confusing to some of you. It is, because you do expect her to still feel a way about her big back, right? And not show her fucking face and not get all of these things because she doesn't deserve them, right? Right? You with me a little bit? Some of you are really mad that you've gotten played. Like, I can feel the anger, and you don't have her storytelling capabilities, and you can't go as viral as she did, and now she's getting paid for her pain. She kept saying, I wanted it to be my turn, and it is her fucking turn, and she got it for herself. You're the prince, bitch. You're the prince you've been waiting for all along. You're Cher before Cher became what the fuck she is now, when she said, Mom, I am a rich man. That's who the fuck you are. She's given it to herself by choosing herself, by being vulnerable, by telling a story as well as she did and having it resonate as much as she did. And in her glory, somebody was like, let me humble her. Let me remind her back is big. You really think I'm walking around here ever forgetting my back is big? It's my back. It's how do you figure I'm going to forget that? But that's all. I was not supposed to sit here for 18. This was supposed to be a 10-minute video. By all means, if you want to be Ure Bohan, Luella girl, look, it's been pretty nice. This is the part of the pretty privilege I was trying to tell you guys about in the other video. Luella doesn't send her those things if she doesn't look like that, even after the virality of that video. Neither do Red Bull. They don't ride this wave with her or create, propel this thing any more than it was already happening if she doesn't look like that. But she's a cute look. She looks good next to the product. She makes, the girls are going to be drinking Red Bull, son. I'll stick to my coffee. Really, I will. But that's it. Bye, y'all.